Hey guys, what's going on? I hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to episode 60 of CCO Complete Client Overview. Today I'm going to be taking a look at the Grim client for modern Minecraft versions. This client offers a good looking installer, some insane looking features, while also claiming to be undetectable and screen share proof. Though, as I always say, no client is perfect, but before we get into all of those details, I want to quickly shout out the legends that are my YouTube members. These videos take a lot of time to make and honestly wouldn't be possible without the legends that are on screen now. So thanks guys, and let's get into the video. The Grim client supports Minecraft 1.20.1, Minecraft 1.20.4, and Minecraft 1.21.1. The client can be injected into both vanilla Fabric instances or into the Feather client, and it also claims to support alternate launchers like Tlauncher, for example. While the client claims to be undetectable and screen share proof, the client is added to the game before it is started. It is not injected into the running game like other Ghost client alternatives. The Grim client offers modules for all playstyles from Rage or Blatant to Legit or Closet, and the client has quite a large user base. The Discord server alone has close to 20,000 users, though from what I can tell only around 2,500 of these are actually paying customers. The website is well made. I like how it looks, but it doesn't actually contain a lot of helpful information about the client. I think the website as a whole could benefit from more information, maybe an embedded video, and helpful things like mentioning that the client is customizable and that it offers an in-client config marketplace and maybe the client's default keybind. There is literally only a single image of the client on the website, and I just don't think it's very helpful for new client users or potential customers. When it comes to actually downloading the client, well, this is where I ran into a few issues. I was given access to both the normal release and the beta access version. I decided to start with the beta access version, but when trying to launch the client, I was greeted with Windows Smart Screen. This really isn't that surprising. Most clients that use an exe file to launch, like Vape for example, run into the same issue, as the software is not widely used or known and the software is not signed by Microsoft. But this time around something was slightly different. Rather than the blue smart screen that I'm used to with a generic warning of unknown devs, this time the smart screen was red. And after some Google searches, this is usually an indication that the software is a known virus or malware of some kind. This immediately made me reconsider this entire video. I very nearly scrapped the whole project right here, but I decided to first go look at the Discord and I didn't see any signs of botting. There are seemingly genuine users with real reviews, and so I decided to ask the client devs more about this warning. They told me that this was likely due to the software that they used to create the exe file, and claimed that it's purely used to protect their software as it is paid for, and this does check out. Trying to keep paid software locked down is a genuine use case for this tool. Anyways, I decided to proceed with the video. Now, I want to make it very clear, I ran this in an isolated and new virtual machine to minimize the risk I am taking. I have tested this client and will provide you with all of the facts so that you can hopefully make a more informed decision on whether you think this client is worth it or not. I want to follow this with two things. First of all, I would personally never run software like this on my own machine. It's why I take the time to set up a good virtual machine, but at the same time, in all fairness to the Grim client and the devs, I have not found or seen any proof of it being unsafe other than this Microsoft warning. Anyways, that's enough on security. Actually installing the Grim client is a bit of a pain. First, you need to download the specific version of Java. I will link both versions below. If you are playing on Minecraft 1.20, you need the 1.17 JDK, and if you are playing on Minecraft 1.21.1, you need the 1.20 JDK. Now, this is where I made my first silly mistake. Clearly not paying enough attention, I downloaded the Arch version, and this will not work on Windows, so make sure you select the correct version. You can then extract the zip file into your Java folder, and then in your launcher of choice you will need to set the Java path to this java.w.exe file. So in my case, I was installing Grim 1.21.1 for Fabric, so I downloaded the correct Java file, I then extracted it, and in my launcher I set the Java path to the new /bin/java.w.exe file. After this, you also need to install Fabric for your instance and then add the Fabric API to your mods folder. After doing all of this, you must close your launcher completely, then open the Grim client launcher, select the version that you want to play on, click load, and then once it is loaded you can close the Grim launcher. You can now open your Minecraft launcher again and launch the Fabric version with the custom Java path. It should take slightly longer than usual to load, and once it does, the Grim client should be installed. My second issue is that I use the Prism launcher, which is not located in the default path for Minecraft, and the Grim client installer has no path option. So I ended up running the installer and then copying the jar file it generates to the mods folder of my Prism Launcher instance, and this worked fine as long as you set the Java path like earlier, use Fabric and include the Fabric API. Installing the client on the Feather Launcher is actually the easiest option. You don't need to download Java or any additional mods. You can literally run the Grim installer, close it, and then open the Feather Launcher and launch the matching version, and it just works. With the painful installation process out of the way, let's take a look at some of the offered utility modules. Ghost ESP. This render module makes glowing ghost orbs around the player and acts as an ESP of sorts. I actually really like the animation and how this looks. Health Indicator. This module is a name tag's alternative of sorts and renders a user's hearts above their head. It can be customized for modded worlds or servers, and it's a nice looking module. Fast Bridge. This module essentially takes all of the skill out of speed bridging. When enabled, you only need to hold down right click with blocks and the module does all the shift unshifting for you. It works well and looks super legit. Scaffold. This module is more blatant and just places blocks under your feet while you walk. This is great for blatant users on a server with a less strict anti-cheat. FreeCam. This module allows you to fly around in third person to view the world around you. Fast Place. This module removes any place delay and allows you to place blocks much faster than normal. This is great for minigames like Bed Wars. Now let's take a look at a few of the offered combat modules, from modules that are useful on minigame servers to ones that are used on ANARCHY and hacker vs hacker combat servers. KiLAB. This module offers an insane amount of settings, the module is customizable and it works well with a good config. Aim Assist. This module automatically moves your cursor towards nearby players. It does not hit them, but it makes tracking another player much easier. Auto Armor. This module automatically replaces your gear when it breaks and keeps you protected at all times. The module looks super legit and opens the inventory to equip the items. Auto Crystal. This module places and then breaks in crystals. It is nowhere near as good as other hacker vs hacker clients that focus on these modules, but it does work. Totem Refill. This module is basically an auto totem of sorts. It ensures that there's always a totem in your offhand so that you're always protected. The module looks legit and works well. Overall, I was actually really impressed with all of the offered modules. They all have a lot of settings and most of them work well out of the box. I will say that clearly none of the modules offered in this client are made for hacker vs hacker PvP or ANARCHY servers, but they clearly offer a lot of value for minigame and vanilla crystal PvP servers. The default keybind for opening the client's GUI is right control. The GUI is styled like old CSGO hacks, which I personally don't really like. I will say that the GUI is fully functional, it just doesn't appeal to my personal preferences and is also not very customizable. With that said, the GUI does offer a fully customizable HUD screen where you can enable elements, you can customize them and drag and drop them anywhere on screen, which is always nice to see. The client also offers a config marketplace where you can view, rate and load configs all from within the client, which I really do like. This may actually be one of the best config marketplaces that I have seen in any client. Every config includes a download count and reviews along with all of the keybinds and a description. It is genuinely a really user-friendly and great feature. With that said, there are a few small things that could be improved. The GUI could offer more settings, there could be more HUD elements, and these HUD elements could offer more settings. But overall, it does all work and it is slightly customizable and it is all fairly user-friendly. When it comes to client support, the Discord server is very active, there are multiple moderators. When I had a few issues with installing the client, they were all fast to reply and very helpful. So if you are having issues, make sure to join their Discord server and try their support ticket system. So in conclusion, Grim is a Ghost client made for modern Minecraft versions. It supports the Feather client launcher and claims to be completely screen share proof. The client's setup and install is admittedly quite annoying. A simple path option for the installer would make things a lot better and easier. There are also a few concerns on whether the client is safe to use or not, but from my experience and from what I have seen online and in other reviews, it seems to be a legit client and it clearly offers a lot of value to its users. One thing I have not mentioned till now is the client's performance, performance. If you have a low spec PC, this is not the client for you. I'm not sure why, but it is a very resource heavy client. Maybe the client is not well optimized, I'm not sure why it's so bad. I actually even saw other users having the same complaint. But other than this, the client is actually pretty impressive. If you play on minigame servers or vanilla Crystal PvP servers, I really do see a lot of offered value in the client and its offered modules and features. If anyone does want to try this client out, I have linked it along with the required Java versions below. And as always, I'd love to hear your thoughts on the client if you do decide to use it, so make sure to leave a comment down below. If you enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like and subscribing if you haven't done so already, and maybe consider joining my members to help me make more content like this in the future. Anyways, that is more than enough rambling for one day, and with that said, I have been your boy KiLAB, peace in the Middle East.